Hello there, welcome to Smoke Joe Gamer on Twitch.tv, YouTube, etc. Today, we're going to be playing Castlevania Bloodlines. Now, there's some interesting things about this game. In the US, it was Castlevania Bloodlines. In Japan, it's Vampire Killer. And in Europe and other regions, it's Castlevania: The New Generation. So this is the, it's still a Genesis Mega Drive exclusive, though. I've talked about this before. Super Nintendo got Super Castlevania 4. Genesis got this instead. So 2 years ago, when I first did HallowSTREAM, I played this, and I don't know how far I got, but now I'm playing the Japanese version called Vampire Killer, and which is supposed to be easier than the US version. So, yeah, Vampire Killer. And somebody told me this version has infinite continues, I think, or something like that. So normal in Japan is the equivalent to no, vice versa. No, okay. Normal in Japan is the equivalent to easy mode in the US. So I have a friend, Fanboy Master, who jumps on here sometimes, and he was explaining to me just how a lot of Konami games were just intentionally made harder for US audiences, so you couldn't just rent it and beat it in a weekend and never end up buying it, or something like that. And this was released in March of 1994. And you got two characters you can pick, so we'll see how far I can get with this guy. This is episode 9 of Spooky HallowSTREAM 2023. And today is Saturday, October 21st, 2023. It is 9:24 p.m. East Coast. So I'm starting very late, but... hang on. I don't like this. Hang on. Hold on. Gotta reset. Oh, crap. Okay. The only problem is, so, as you can see, it's a modded system, so it's only going to change the region for the games that were built in. But it also, so when you switch it to Japanese, though, everything's in Japanese, so, okay. Well, let's try this again. Hang on. But then it's funny, too, because then, you know, you still have plenty of stuff in English in these games. Okay. So what I want is, I want C, jump, B, attack, A, item. That's what I want. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm still going to pick Eric Lacard. He's got the Alcard spear, not the Alucard spear. No, just Alcard. Sure. So I'm starting late, but that's okay. I'll go until I feel like stopping. I know there's a way to damage boost up there, but I've never done it before. Yeah, the problem is when he does that super jump, you can't change direction. It just goes straight up. So. Yeah, just excellent music in this game, too. So I chose the Genesis Mini version because I can do 16:9 and because I can just play the Japanese version, obviously. You do is you just keep whacking him until he dies, that's all. Almost got him without getting hit. Oh well. So this is playable on Nintendo Switch Online if you have the expansion pack. But it's just the American ROM and it's 4x3 only. Sweet, sweet wall meat. Delicious. Nom nom nom. So I don't know how late I'm going to go tonight. I'll see if I can beat the game. I've never beaten it before. So I guess I'll play it till I get tired or angry or some combination. See, I'd really like to find a capture card that supports, like, 120 hertz and variable refresh rate and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I imagine such a thing would be expensive. Yeah, so this is a $70 capture card I got a few years ago. And it just, it does 4K pass-through, but it's only 1080p, 60 FPS for actual streaming. So it's good that I don't have to change wires around, but at the same time, I don't know. I'd rather just have all the features without having to change anything. I don't know. Yo, love me some wall meat. And there's a 1-up right there, in case you didn't know. Vampire Kira. I don't know if I wanted that. Probably doesn't matter. Got him. Alright. I'm gonna move my face just so you can see like how many lives I have left and what stage I'm on and all that. So, Yeah, I have no issues on the first level. So this is an excellent Genesis game that really just proves that it was, you know, had better graphics than NES and comparable graphics to Super NES. Just some really interesting visual effects, decent graphics for its time. Genesis does what Nintendo don't, except that Nintendo can usually do whatever it is, too. They're just really cool music, and I always talk about how much I love the Genesis sound card. I like the sounds of 70s and 80s synthesizers, although this is not in the 90s. Eh. I guess I just like synthesizers, is what I'm trying to say. And I believe this is the same composer as all the other Castlevanias. Although Symphony of the Night, I think, has one of the best soundtracks ever. That's just my opinion. But I'm a musician, so you should listen to me, huh? So not only is the US version just tougher to begin with, but it also has an expert difficulty, I think. Maybe? And you can make the game harder by giving yourself less lives. It's like, why would you do that? Well, there's people who can do that. So, all the power to them, right? Alright. Okay, hang on a second. You know, if I'm using the capture card, I don't know if I can open up my chat channel here. Nobody's on anyways. Okay. Let's get back into it. So I'm still in the process of exporting previous episodes of HallowSTREAM to YouTube, so just be patient with that. I'm trying to do them one at a time so they actually get uploaded in the correct order. Especially because I have a 4-part Resident Evil 2 episode and just had to make sure that, you know, just want to make sure that is in there in the right order. And I was practicing this a little bit earlier today in the just regular US version. So basically, as long as the ball doesn't hit you, you're fine. So far only one death. Two. Alright. So then when he does his downward thrust, he gets stuck in the ground for a second, so I think it's 4 attacks with the axe. Thereabouts. Look, I'm up here, huh? There's no point to going up there, but it's fun, right? Now you gotta go back down without landing in the water. Can be tricky. It can be tricky because there are also Medusa heads. So I was a Sega kid. I had the Genesis, I had the Saturn, I also had the NES and the N64. I was briefly a Sony fanboy when I had PS3, and I still think that was the better console of that generation. Mainly because of features that had nothing to do with video games. Like, you know, file server support, yeah, Meteor server. So you could just stream videos and stuff from your computer. You could rip CDs right to the hard drive. Web browser is a common thing now, but it wasn't so much back then. Oh, god damn it. But for the most part, I'm really more of a Sega Nintendo guy. I wish Sega would put out a new console, but I understand why they wouldn't, and there'd be no reason to. Actually, they've been doing better as a software developer, haven't they? Just putting... now they just put their games on every console. They've been doing that since the Dreamcast failed. The Dreamcast kind of sucked, though. It didn't have a lot of good games for it. And actually, it was... you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was a collaboration with Microsoft to an extent. It had a specialized version of Windows running on it. And it ended up being like open source, and so people, of course, hacked it and made it run ROMs and emulators and homebrew games and whatnot. And that's why Sega just, for a long time, was just so obsessed with making sure no one could pirate their stuff, and I don't blame them, I guess. But now Sega's like the cool uncle who just lets you do whatever you want. And I say that because I'm a cool uncle who lets them do what they want most of the time. Off with your head. Alright. Oh! Yeah, this is what Kadami calls normal. And I don't know all of the details of Rocket Knight Adventures, but that's another game where they just fuck the difficulty in the US. I never beat that game. I think I made it to the final boss once, probably on the lowest difficulty, though. So there's a lot of games that actually were made more difficult when they came overseas for some reason. There's a misconception that Japanese games tend to be harder, and it just depends on the game, really. Like, I think the original Japanese version of Resident Evil might be a little more difficult, but... anyways. Wall meat! Yes! This is definitely one of the better Genesis games, you know? Which unfortunately I didn't really get a chance to play until I was older. And you know what it is too, is I played a few of the Castlevania games on NES as a kid, and of course they were too hard for me. And that's probably why I probably didn't have any interest in, like... I don't know. Even if I had a chance to, like, buy this game, I'm not sure I would have wanted to, because... just from playing 1 and 3 on the NES, and they were just so damn hard. I actually didn't like Mega Man at all when I was a kid. It was just too hard. But I was able to eventually beat 1 through 3, and then I preferred the Mega Man X games, actually. Of course, that's Capcom. I don't know why I'm bringing them up, but... oh, I see. Right, I remember. You gotta get rid of the stuff in the middle so you can hit him in his eye. That's right. Now I'm fucking you up, fucker. Take that. Ah, gotcha. Ah, teabag, teabag, teabag. And I think that's finally the end of stage 2. Cool. So just cruising right along. If I keep this pace up, then we'll see how far I can get in the next hour. So I've talked before about how, you know, the Genesis and, well, Sega in general, they were definitely targeting an older audience with a lot of games. So you can see how this is just stylistically and artistically different from the other Castlevanias. There's a little more gore here and there. Things look a little more serious. They're not cartoony looking. So there was a lot of, you know, Genesis games that were definitely targeting an older audience. Which is part of the reason why a lot of old games are just so damn hard, because some games really were targeting adults, not children. But it's just games were marketed as toys for children in the US at the time. Maybe I should just skip these enemies, huh? Yeah, the last time I streamed this game, I don't think I got past here, but there were other games I wanted to play during that stream. So that's what happened 2 years ago. I just did a stream of a bunch of old games and Genesis games and whatnot. So, yeah, I do not know how to get past here. I'll figure it out, though. See, I didn't realize I could do this. So last time I made it to this far, I couldn't figure out how to jump over that gap and didn't realize... Like, I didn't know about his jumping move here, so... So I don't know if that other path is a trap or if the other character can get in there somehow. So we'll see. If I can get through this. Alright. Yeah, so I've actually this is like the furthest I ever got in this game, actually. Playing the US version anyways. Alright. Alright. If I just play this intelligently and analyze the pattern, just wait for my opportunity. There we go. Alright. Right. So the first time I played as him and got up to that point, I kept trying to jump across that gap, and I didn't realize he had that super jumping move. That's all. Remember, this is still only stage 3. I don't know how many stages there are, so I don't know if I'll end up beating it tonight, but... Ow. God damn it. Genesis does. Genesis. Genesis. So there's also a Genesis Mini 2 console that has some other games on it, and I don't know what it's currently selling for. Probably still going for $100. Well, I already have the regular mini console, and I already hacked it, and I can put whatever games I want on there, so it's fine. But yeah, I got my handy-dandy 3-button controller, and there's people who are going to nitpick and say, oh, well, the controller's not good enough, not as good. It's like, that's fine. To me, it's fine. I think it's a good replica, although I typically prefer the 6-button controller anyways. So I don't know if I'm going to have any friends in chat today. It's okay if they don't. I'm starting late, and I don't know what they're doing on a Saturday night. This is what I do on Saturday night. I just do all the stuff I would normally do on any other night of the week. Like, who cares? This is interesting, huh? It looks like there's screen tearing, but I believe it's the game itself, not the emulator, not the TV. It's just the way that things were rendered, I guess. And animated. That blast processing, I tell you. So I am waiting on my copies of Sonic Superstars and Super Mario Wonder. Ow. Jerk. Oh. Alright, that's tricky. So there is a story behind that, what I just said about those games I ordered. Oh. Great. Were they supposed to enter the Konami code? Dang it. Okay, well if I get a game over, then I'll switch to the other character and I'll see if there's a code I can put in to get more continues. Oh, maybe my friend was telling me that there was a code you could put in for every version of the game. Alright. So the thing with GameStop is, last time I was in there was in February, and I renewed the membership, and I haven't been in there since. Right? And you get the $5 coupon every month, and I bought a couple things, but I like to shop online. And it's just like... Now you have to spend $79 to avoid an $8 shipping fee, right? And sometimes using the coupons can put you under the threshold, so then you got to pay the shipping charge. It's like, well, that's stupid. And okay, I can't talk and play at the same time apparently. But then I get a email from them saying they're upping the price from $15 a year to $25 a year, which still isn't a lot, but it's like, why? And then yeah. Then they say, okay, well now your points are going to expire after a year, although there's really no reason to bank them because you don't get any good shit off of their webs. Yeah, you can't really buy anything good with the points anyways. It's only gift certificates now. So they're telling me, okay, 11,000 points are going to expire in December. If you don't renew your membership, you lose your points. And I'm just like, I don't go there in person. I don't want to renew the membership again. So right now I'm just trying to use all my points. But of course, the $5 coupons you get and even the reward certificates you can redeem, you can't use them on pre-orders, you can't use them on digital items. And there's all these other stipulations about when and how they can be used. And it's just like, you know what, GameStop, I'm done. Like, I'd rather just buy shit from Best Buy at this point. Usually they'll include a free steelbook with a bunch of games. So basically, I couldn't just pre-order Sonic Superstars and Mario Wonder because then I couldn't use the coupons. Oh, I can attack diagonally. Wow, I didn't know that either. This thing's a pain in the ass. Wow. So it's like, well, gee, you have to wait for the games to actually come out so you can use the coupons. So I had to wait for both games came out this week. So I waited till last night to do the order. And of course, it's telling me awaiting product availability. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, they're not pre-orders. They already came out. But, I don't know. I guess that's a common thing that happens on that website. Uh-oh. Running out of continues. But at least it didn't make me go all the way back to 3-1. So anyways, the goal right now is I want to just use up all my GameStop points, and I don't want to renew the membership in February, and I just don't even want to shop there anymore. And I haven't gotten a physical Game Informer in years because they stopped offering that. You have to get it digital, and I don't want to read digital magazines. That's the other problem. So I've always had a positive experience going into the store, but I just don't like going to the store. It's hard to get there sometimes. Gotcha! Holy crap! I fucking did it! Ah! Nice. So, blew all my continues on that boss, but at least I beat it. So while I do want to do more scary and horror games this month, depending on when I get the 2 games in the mail from GameStop, I may just stream those instead when I get them. Or in addition to whatever spooky games I want to play. Wow, this is cool. Right, because the story here is that this is like World War I, and there's a vampire lady who's trying to start a war so she can resurrect her uncle, Dracula. I mean, but that's pretty much the story of every Castlevania game. Somebody wants to resurrect Dracula, and then somebody from the Belmont clan has to stop them, or Dracula's son Alucard has to stop them, or whatever. Somebody always has to stop Dracula. So in the games where you don't actually fight Dracula, you're still in his castle or whatever. I think. I don't know. It's just they're all a little bit different, but they all involve Dracula to some extent. Boy, that's a little too high tech for the 1910s, but Dracula was said to have advanced technology. And that reminds me, I gotta finish the anime series, because there's another anime series on Netflix. So I gotta finish the old one and then start the new one. Which means I gotta get it Netflix, which is $20 a month for the higher tier. Everything's so expensive now, huh? What? Wow, I found a secret with a 1-up. Hey, that's fun. It's down here. Oh, I have to go down here anyways. Right. Cool. Oh! I've also been watching Simpsons Halloween specials, the Treehouse of Horror episodes on Disney Plus. And I got a free trial to Crunchyroll, so I watched Chainsaw Man, and now I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's look at this again. Get that 1-up. Okay. The Konami code does not do anything at the pause menu. Got it. Actually, I'm not even sure when it became the Konami code, and it's not in every Konami game. Ow. Yeah, I just like classic platformers a lot, even though they can be brutally difficult. Go! Go. The only reason I keep going back up there is to keep getting the 1-up. I was thinking I might also play some Rondo of Blood, because I've never streamed that one before. But I mean, I'm not going to do Symphony of the Night this month, because I streamed a full playthrough of that like last year, I think. Or maybe it was earlier this year, I don't remember. Oh! So. And I've streamed 1, 2, and 3 before, or maybe not 2, because 2 sucks, but... Yeah, so I have streamed 1 and 3 before. I've done Symphony of the Night. Now, if I really want to be a masochist, I would do Castlevania 64, right? That one's wild. As long as I keep getting this 1-up, I can just keep trying over and over again. I didn't get the holy water this time. Huh. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know what's supposed to be in there, if anything. Ow. Dope. You just have to duck down underneath it. And I thought I did that. Alright. This is some pretty high-tech machinery, huh? Oh! I got smushed. But, so good news is I don't have to redo that other part. Bad news is I can't get that one up. So I have to be able to get through this without dying too many times. Oh, there's a clock tower, because of course there is. Oh, I thought I could jump on that. I almost died. Yeah. So the other goal for this month is to watch some crappy horror movies. Well, good horror movies, but also some crappy ones. And yeah. Oh! What the hell? I'm gonna watch Shaun of the Dead at some point. I might watch Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, so I got Shaun of the Dead on the Steelbook Blu-ray. There's some funny commentary and stuff on there too, which you don't get on the digital versions of this stuff anymore. At least not on streaming services. So anywho, I might watch It Follows. I might watch Malignant. That's a newer one. Oh, this is weird. Alright. Oh! So. Yeah, so every year I watch some of my favorite horror movies, but I also look for some that I haven't seen before. So I watched this one called Benny Loves You. It's very British, very cheeky. I liked it. Then I tried watching Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It was awful. It was just plain awful. I mean, I expected it to be awful, but it's like, it was barely watchable. It was so stupid. Oh! When you jump, and you realize you shouldn't have jumped, but you're committed. You can't, yeah. You turn around, but it's too late. Oh, Frankenstein! What's up, Frankie? That was easy. Yeah, that was only a mid-boss. Right. Oh, that is a blade. Okay. I did not know that. Alright. Oh. Well, they gave me a password, but that's alright. Oh. Oh, if you beat the game, you unlock expert mode, or you can enter a code. Oh, if you beat the game on expert mode, you get an alternate ending. Interesting. Alright. Alright. Hang on. Alright, let's see if I can get this code to work. Oh, well, that's gonna take forever. Alright, hang on. Gotta set the sound effect to 73. And the BGM to 5. Oh, I did it wrong again. Bloodlines. Hey! 9 lives. Alright, let's give this a shot. Why not? Oh yeah, I love how he's just from Texas. Like, I don't know what he's doing in Romania, but sure. Alright, so I entered the 9 lives code and the expert mode code. Alright. For some reason I thought the Japanese version had unlimited continues already. Otherwise I would have put these codes in before and maybe been able to beat it tonight. Oh well. Good news is you get to see some gameplay of both characters. So this is what I was talking about before. Like, look at that. The zombies do not look like that in the other Castlevanias. Oh. Well, that's crappy. Yeah, see, he can't... Alright, the other guy can go diagonally, he can go upwards. This guy can't do shit. Oh. All right. Ow. Mind the glass. See, the thing is, playing as him just feels like playing every other Castlevania game. That's like, in this style anyways, it feels just like 1, 2, 3 Bloodlines. Well, this is Bloodlines. You know what I mean? The whip is boring is what I'm trying to say. So one of the things I like about this game is that you can just play as the dude with the spear instead. Oh, okay, so he can shoot diagonally while jumping. Oh, and he can go downward while jumping. Okay. So there might be spots where he can hook onto things to swing, which is something that you could do in Super Castlevania 4 as well. Yeah, so to me this feels very much like normal on the American version. So the other game that you should absolutely play the Japanese version of is Contra Hardcore. That was also a Genesis Mega Drive exclusive, whereas Super Nintendo got Contra 3: The Alien Wars. I mean, that's all common knowledge at this point, but still worth talking about, I think. There was a time when that happened, where companies would release different games on each console instead of just the same one, you know. Now it's cool that every game gets released on every console for the most part, except for a handful of exclusives, but Yeah, see, look. Okay, he can pretty much do that anywhere. So that's probably how he gets across that gap in that other level. That's interesting. And that's one of those things where, you know, the instruction manual would have explained that. From a time when games came with instruction manuals and you actually fucking read them sometimes. If you got stuck or whatever. No, I don't know about you, but you know what? I used to actually read the instruction manuals for a lot of these games. Then they started printing them in black and white instead of color, and then they stopped including them entirely at a certain point. So nowadays, you're really not getting as much value with games. You know, it used to be you'd get this nice physical cartridge and a nice case, instruction manual, and now you get these flimsy plastic cases and just a disc, and that's it. And then you still have to download a bunch of updates and shit. You still have to sign in to an account. I really think digital games should cost less than physical games, but I guess you're paying for the convenience or something. I like the convenience of digital games, but sometimes I still want that physical copy. I used to be a collector like you, until I took a financial hardship to the knee. Yo, this dude's a pain in the ass. Got him. Obviously, look, I can do that. Gotta time it right. So that's stage 1 on Expert. But it's still the Japanese version, remember? So that's fine. I just really like this particular stage. I like the color scheme, I like the reflection in the water, and I just really like the music too. So I am a musician, I'm just not good at writing songs. Like, I studied some music theory, I can play a little bit of piano, but mostly I just like to improvise on guitar. I'd love to be able to actually compose music, but... Well, I used to be able to, come to think of it. It's just not something I really kept up with, though. Like, if I could find some good software that I like, then, you know, I could come up with some cool shit, I think. I just never invested in any of the good stuff, like Finale. I don't even know if that's considered good anymore. And a lot of the free open source stuff is just hard to use. And has limited features. Sometimes they don't let you export files and stuff. You can't just create, like, an MP3. So anyways, I do have some old music projects on my computer that I can open with MuseScore 3, but it's just kind of a weird program. And I've tried to use MIDI on my synthesizer and my keyboard, and it's just tricky, that's all. Something you just gotta have the patience for, and you just gotta sit down and just work at it every day, you know? So for me, it's less about time and it's more about desire. It's more about discipline and motivation and all that. I have a hard time concentrating on stuff sometimes. Well, this is kind of pointless because I know I'm going to get hit in the next fight and end up dying. Show me the money. I don't know what all this money does. So... I want the holy water. How holy is it? Who knows? This dude is making it rain, huh? But I can never understand the mentality of a person who, like, would actually join Dracula or try to help him. Like, he doesn't give a shit about humans. He's not gonna respect you. Yeah, see, he does a lot of damage if he lands on you. And sometimes it's hard to get out of the way in time. Gotcha. But see, I don't like this part of the level at all. Well, I realize those 3 bosses that I just fought, or mid-bosses, I don't know. I realize that they're pretty easy when you know the pattern. This part is still kind of tricky, though, because of the Medusa heads are kind of random, you know? Their trajectory and when they show up and all that. I'm actually not a big fan of the axe because it doesn't have good accuracy. I mean, it's good for hitting enemies above you, but you still gotta time it right, and the trajectory is a little weird. At least I can do that. But this is definitely one of the better Castlevania games, in my opinion. Although, if you really want to have fun, then you're going to want to play Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That's a great game. Oh. Bloody Tears plays when he gets this power-up. Nice. As long as you don't get hit, it's fun as hell, right? Yeah, I can play this on guitar. Not that it's difficult or anything. It really isn't. Ba 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 ba. I still have it though. That's good. Just don't fall in the water yet. Oh! Yeah, I see how it's useful against this dude. You know. Gotcha. Take that, fucker. Awesome. I don't like you. Damn birds. Oh, I'm gonna watch The Birds, too. That's a really cool movie. Like, that's a really good movie, just period. Not even just horror movie. It's just the cinematography in that and a lot of the shots that they got, the music, and the performances of all the characters. Yeah, The Birds is a great movie. Jeez. Yeah, so on Expert, there's a lot more enemies. And they do not fuck around, let me tell you. They do not fuck around. Wow. I mean, I can only attack diagonally while jumping, and then I end up hitting them with my body instead of my whip. Or both, which is also not helpful. But then they also just keep respawning forever, it looks like, which is not helpful. I mean, the Minotaur, no, but the Harpies keep coming in. Oh! If I was playing as the other guy, I think I'd be okay. Oh. I like the boomerang thing for that reason. It loops back and can hit people behind you. I thought I could just walk past him. Oh, well. Okay. So now I know how to do this. Still have to time it right, though. There we go. Wow, okay. That was easy. When you know that you can do that, it's pretty obvious, but... Yeah, right. But you still have to do it right. uh... There we go. Is it the same boss, though? Yeah, same boss, just slightly different path to get there. Alright. Yeah, he's faster, too. Alright. But I like that it gives you health bars for all of the bosses, even the minor ones. Now this is some avant-garde, huh? I love it. Oh, damn bats. Ah! Oh, and these dudes are weird. Alright. Wow, they're faster and they swirl around you. Jeez. Ah. Ow. Damn it. So they don't knock you off the platforms, but they do slow you down so that you might die. I don't want the axe. Or maybe I do want the axe. I don't know. Ah, I did it. Now we're back here again. This is going to be a nightmare. Okay. That's great. But it's really tough to hit him without getting hit. And you gotta try to avoid those rocks. Or whatever they are. Yeah. And the other guy is so much better. So supposedly now at the game over screen, if I press reset and then press start, it'll let me continue infinitely, but I don't know how that would work on the mini console. So if I hit reset, it goes back to, you know, to the operating system. I was doing pretty good that time until I fell off. Alright. I barely got this guy on normal, so expert is just going to be hard. And I think this character is just harder too. And the rocks kind of juggle you a little bit if you don't dodge them. That's tricky. So sometimes you fall into a good rhythm and then you just can't keep it going. And they don't even upgrade your whip before this fight if you die, so... Now what? He's getting faster. Oh yeah, then he starts bouncing on top of you. And he knocks you off the edge. Basically, this would be a piece of cake if you couldn't fall off the edge and if it didn't keep turning like that, too. Like, I just hate when the environment is the real threat. You know, the enemy is hard enough, but then you gotta be aware of your footing. But it is a platformer, you know? Alright. It's like I would have easily had him by now if I didn't keep getting knocked off the edge, you know? Alright. Yeah, I like this game. It's just fucking hard, that's all. And this is expert mode now. So... Forget Dracula, let's go kill Mussolini. And Stalin. And Hitler. There's only one way to deal with fascists. Punch him in the face. But see, now he's latching on to things when I don't want him to, see? See, I don't know if he can get up to that secret area. Although there's probably other secret areas he can get to that I didn't know about, you know? Yeah, I can't figure it out. Yeah, there is supposed to be meat in that wall. I knew it. But see, these old 2D games have aged so much better than the 3D games. You know? Because there's just more focus on art direction instead of just trying to make everything 3D. This looks so much better than, like, a lot of PlayStation and Saturn games, in my opinion. Why can't I just get a sword, damn it? Yeah, you know what I really liked about Symphony of the Night is the fact that you can just get a sword or a mace, brass knuckles, a katana. I'm really not a fan of the whip, to be honest with you. It's just not a very practical weapon. It does hit you eventually. Great. Ow. Also took 3 damage from that guy just now. So maybe you take a little more damage in this difficulty too. Alright. Now, as long as I don't get squashed in this room, I should be fine. Oh, now there's bats! Wonderful. Ooh! But what does this whole contraption do? Is it just part of the clock tower? So you can stand right here until it's safe to jump. Alright. Ow. Oh! Phew. I thought I was gonna die. Oh! Yeah, it's a little tricky to jump onto, I guess. You need good timing, or you need to just, I don't know, something. Ooh! They're pretty generous with the checkpoints, I will say. More so than some of the other games from this time period. And other Konami games, for that matter. Alright. I gotta stop soon. It's getting late. My left arm is starting to cramp up, too. How many of you fuckers are there? Jesus. Ah! Alright, I'm done. That's it. No more stream. Okay. So that was Castlevania Bloodlines, Vampire Killer, Castlevania The New Generation, whatever you want to call it. This was the Japanese version. First playthrough was with the Spear Dude on normal. Second playthrough was with other dude with the whip. And I had 9 lives, and this is expert difficulty. I just can't do this. So there we go. That was Castlevania for the Genesis. And today is Saturday, so I probably won't stream again until Tuesday, which is the 24th. And when I get Sonic Superstars and Mario Wonder, I may want to stream those instead. or maybe I'll wait till next month. I don't know. So, all right. Thanks for watching.